Watch this little box. Every step, the whole thing turns a quarter turn, always the same direction. Here is frame 1, now frame 2. The arrow has swung a quarter of the way round. Frame 3, another quarter. It is changing, but in a very regular way. Drawing frame 4 is easy, just one more quarter turn. But here is the real question. What sits inside frame 10 or frame 100? You could draw them one by one, but that is slow, and it is easy to lose track somewhere in the middle. So you will not draw them at all. The plan is simple. Find out how often the picture repeats itself, and then any frame you name, however far away, drops out in a single step of arithmetic. Let us find that repeat. Look at just one step at a time. Each step turns the picture a quarter of the way around, always the same way round. 1 quarter, then 2, then 3, then 4. And 4 quarter turns make one whole circle, a complete 360 degrees. A full circle lays everything straight back down where it began. After 4 steps, the picture is exactly as it was at the very start. So look at frame 5. Frame 5 is one whole turn on from frame 1. The arrow has gone all the way round once and come home. Every part of the picture has traveled the full circle and returned. Put frame 1 and frame 5 side by side, and they match, part for part, with nothing out of place. So the picture repeats every 4 frames. That number 4 is what we will call the cycle. And this repeat never stops. Frame 6 is a copy of frame 2, frame 7 copies frame 3, frame 8 copies frame 4. Then frame 9 swings right back to the start and copies frame 1 again. So here is the shortcut hiding inside that. Step forward by 4 and you land on the identical picture. A huge frame number is really just a small one in disguise. All you must do is find which small one. Take frame 10. It costs you nothing now. 10 steps splits into 4 plus 4, 2 whole turns, with 2 steps left over at the end. The whole turns just bring you back to the start and count for nothing. Only that leftover of 2 matters. 2 left over means frame 10 is a copy of frame 2. There they are, the same picture exactly. No marching through 10 separate drawings. You divided, you kept the leftover, and you were done. 3 more quickly to make the recipe stick. Frame 30. 30 is 4 times 7, 28, with 2 left over. So frame 30 is frame 2 once again. Frame 7 is 1 4 and 3 left over. So frame 7 is frame 3. And frame 25. 25 is 4 times 6, 24, with just 1 left over. So frame 25 is frame 1, right back at the start. Every time, divide by 4 and keep what remains. Now push it as far as you like. Frame 100. 100 splits into 25 fours, exactly, with nothing at all left over. That is 25 complete turns and a remainder of 0. Not a single frame of drawing needed. A remainder of 0 is a little special. It means you finish a whole turn right on the last frame of the cycle, which is frame 4. So frame 100 looks exactly like frame 4. A frightening number put to bed in one short line. The cycle is not always 4 though. Here is a different picture. An arrow that flips a half turn each step, so it points right, then left, then right, then left. It comes home after only 2 steps. So this pattern has a cycle of 2. Every odd frame looks like frame 1, and every even frame like frame 2. Frame 99 is odd, so it is frame 1, pointing right. One glance at odd or even settles it. And cycles can be 3. Here are 3 shapes in a row that slide one place to the left each step, and the shape that drops off the front wraps around to the back. Watch the order change as the row shifts along. A new order, then another, and by frame 4, the very first order is back in place. So this picture repeats every 3 frames, not 4. The cycle belongs to the picture, and you read it off before anything else. And getting the cycle wrong wrecks everything. Take frame 12. If the cycle is 4, 12 is exactly 3 turns with remainder 0, so the last frame, frame 4. The arithmetic is clean and the answer looks solid. But if the cycle is 3, 12 is 4 turns, Again, remainder 0, so frame 3 instead. Same frame number, two different answers, purely because the cycles differ. So always count one full repeat first, then divide. Every single one of these ran on the very same move. First, count how many steps it takes to come back to the start. That count is the cycle. Everything rests on getting it right. Then divide the frame number by the cycle. Throw the whole turns away, they only bring you home. Keep just the remainder, and it points straight at the matching early frame. One method, and it never changed. Your turn. Here is a circle with a single shaded quarter, turning a quarter turn each frame. The cycle is 4, like the box. Which earlier frame does frame 15 match? Divide 15 by 4, keep the remainder, then pause. 15 is 4 plus 4 plus 4, 3 whole turns, with 3 left over. So frame 15 matches, frame 3, the shaded quarter sitting in the very same corner. Divide, keep the leftover, and there it is. One more, with a different cycle. The 3 sliding shapes, cycle 3. Which frame does frame 20 match? Work the remainder and pause the video before the answer appears. 20 is 6 threes, 18 with 2 left over. So frame 20 matches frame 2, the shapes lined up exactly as they were on the second step. Different cycle, but the same divide and keep the leftover move. This turns up wherever something repeats on a fixed beat. Days of the week run in cycles of 7, so 30 days on from a Monday, 30 is 4 sevens with 2 over, lands 2 days past Monday, on a Wednesday. Clock hours run in cycles of 12. The beat changes from one picture to the next, but the move never does. Find the cycle, divide, and keep the remainder. So when a picture keeps turning, do not chase it frame by frame. That is slow, and it is where mistakes creep in. Count its cycle instead. Drop the whole turns, and keep the leftover any frame at all, however far off, lands in a single step. That's all for this video.